Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting up back. Now last week's back session was pretty good, so it was, all things considered. So this week we're going to try and just build off what I accomplished last week. So we'll start off with chest supported dumbbell rows, then move on to T-bar rows, then some wide grip, narrow grip pull downs, and we'll finish off with some wide grip and narrow grip seated rows. The whole idea today is just going to be trying, like I said, build on what we accomplished last week, try and add in reps or sets or weight, whatever we can, where we can. Now, I actually had a pretty damn good sleep last night, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty revved up, so I'm expecting good things today. So I am. Last week I left a bit in the tank with regard to the chest supported dumbbell rows. I felt that I could have went a little bit heavier on those. So I think what I'm going to do this week, in order to sort of add the intensity, throw in the top set that I had been doing at the end of the previous mesocycle, just with the top set of the heaviest set of dumbbells that I have there, and see how many reps I can get with it. And before I end up going to probably lengthened partials by the end of the set, but we'll just see how many reps I can get until that point, and yeah, take it from there. Again, on the T-bar row last week, I actually felt it was pretty difficult, so I did. So we'll just see what we can. I did add weight last week right enough to the T-bar row, which probably added to that. But I'll see if I can add more weight or more sets or do something with the T-bar row as well. And then with the pull downs, the two sets or the two pull down lifts and the two seated row lifts, it's just going to be a case of if I can add weight in, I will. If I don't add weight in, I'll go until I can't get any more lengthened partials with them, just rep out as such, and see how well I can do there. Again, those particular lifts lend themselves really well to lengthened partials, so I don't really mind not going up in weight on those, because I know I can always reach utter failure no matter what weight I have on them. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, that's going to do it for back. I have to say I was over the moon, absolutely over the moon with how well things went today. I was able to get the fourth set on the chest supported dumbbell rows, that heaviest set of dumbbells. Now I did end up, I think the last couple of reps were more lengthened partials than full reps, but it's all good stuff. That represents me getting back more or less to where I was at the beginning of the last, or sorry, at the end of the last mesocycle, maybe a couple of reps shy just, and with plenty of time to go in this mesocycle to improve on top of that. So really happy with how it went there. On the T-bar rows, I added 5 kilos onto the T-bar rows from where I was at last week, and I have to say I really struggled with that top weight, to the point where whenever I reviewed the footage back, I reviewed it back just after the set was done, because I felt that they weren't maybe the best of reps, and they were pretty much all lengthened partials that entire set. So what it did was it did a back off set. I essentially took 10 kilos off, went back to my warm-up weight and just repped out. Now, it'll not come across probably in the video because I'll put a cut in, a fade in the cut, but it was more or less a drop set. You know, I reviewed back, you know, the few seconds it took me to review back a few of the reps at the beginning of that third set, and I realised, no, I want to just go back and do it. So I took it off, hit record and went again. So there was basically no real rest time. You know, at most there was about 20 seconds of rest between the end of the last set and, the end of the third set and the start of the fourth set. And I just I got 10 reps, but they were really difficult reps. So they were, so really happy with how that turned out. On the pull downs, the pull down movements, I think I added a couple of kilos over the weight that I was at last week, but I added in reps, and it was the same for the seated rows. I think I added in a couple of kilos for the seated rows and the pull downs, but if it didn't, I would have to go back and look at last week's numbers. But I definitely added in reps. So I definitely added in reps, and again went to complete failure. Finished off each, you know, whenever I couldn't get any more full reps, just kept going until I couldn't get any more length and partials, and then called it a day. So I'm absolutely over the moon with how well today's session has gone, and it just goes to show you as well how important a good night's sleep is. Yeah, really happy with how today went. Hopefully now I've got, you know, I'm going to make some solid progress between now and the end of this mesocycle. I think I've got another 7 weeks to go, maybe 7 or 8 weeks to go in this mesocycle, before I have a definite deload coming in. May take a sort of partial deload or go to like a high intensity week in between now and then if I feel the fatigue's really accumulating. But yeah, I feel like I've set myself up really well to make some real good solid progress between now and the end of this mesocycle. Hopefully more than I have made in the previous couple of mesocycles, which were a little bit up in the air just with, you know, summer holidays and stuff like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with the comments, shares, likes and subscribes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.